Hi guys. I just got let go from my job. I wasn't expecting that this morning. So I'll be fine. I worked for Midday Squares in marketing. They had to let go of the marketing division, which is fine. It just came as a bit of a shock. I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Able to maybe make more TikToks and create more content for you guys. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it. It was amazing. And I've learned so much in the past 8 months. I'm still in the parking lot. I haven't moved because I actually don't know how I'm gonna drive home. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and just be really real. This is life. And you gotta get up and keep grinding. If anyone's hiring in marketing, anyone knows anyone that's hiring a marketing specialist, I'm free. Onwards and upwards from here. Okay, bye.
So I just lost my job. If it looks like I've been crying, it's because I have been. I worked as a domestic violence advocate at a shelter here in Arkansas. And we found out last night that only 6 DV shelters in the entire state received federal funding, and we were not one of them. So I just got back from a meeting where we learned that our entire staff is getting laid off. And there are 25 other shelters across the state having the exact same meeting, having to let all of their staff go. This means that there will be hundreds of domestic violence advocates across the state, if not thousands across the country, because I doubt this is only happening in Arkansas, who will officially be unemployed as of October 1st, which, ironically, is the first day of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Not only am I personally devastated to be losing my job and my amazing friends that I work with, but this is going to be absolutely catastrophic for victims of domestic violence across the country. I am not being dramatic when I say that people will lose their lives because of this decision, predominantly women and children. We've known this was a possibility all year. The state knew. We have been begging our state legislators for help. We've been begging the governor, our coalition. We've been begging our federal congresspeople. It's not like nobody knew this was something that could happen, and they just let it. They didn't do anything. I don't know what's going to happen with the shelter. Our director and our manager are going to see how long they can keep the lights on and just run it with the two of them as long as they possibly can. I don't know, y'all. Go register to vote. Go support your local domestic violence shelter, because guarantee they need it right now. And if anyone knows anyone hiring who wants a girl who's smart and pretty and works hard and knows a lot about domestic violence, send them my way.
350,000 black women lost their job in the first 6 months of this year. But they talk about, the unemployment rate ticked up a little, but it doubled, almost doubled for black people. What DEI was about black women who'd achieved a certain amount being taken from their jobs at one time. DEI has never done to America what GCI did. GCI is greedy, corrupt, incompetent white men. They talk about these things in an abstract concept, and if you look at the fact that black women are the most educated segment of our society, white men are the most uneducated. This was bound to happen. And the fact that there were a lot of black men and Latin men who helped this happen is something it's hard for me to reconcile.
You know what's really concerning to me is that, he didn't like the jobs report.
Right.
The one that he had touted before when it was in his
Right.
favor, right? Trump didn't like the jobs report. And so then he fired the head.
I never thought I would lose my job right before Thanksgiving, let alone Christmas with my family coming and the pressure that brings with it. But this week has been eye-opening to me. It's been hectic. It's been shocking. And I cannot believe that I'm unemployed right now. I do not share much about my job just because that is a part of my life that I keep very private, because it is a very important piece of my life. It has allowed me to reach heights in my life and to achieve things I never thought I'd be able to achieve growing up in Mississippi. And so to lose that over the weekend has been very crazy for me. I've watched it impact Connor and the way that he is just, worried about me. But I would be lying if I didn't say I was kind of scared right now. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't worried. I'm still trying to kind of figure it out day by day of what this is going to look like for me. I just went and picked up a new laptop because I have to get to work somehow. I have to figure out, for the first time in my life, what this is going to look like post-job. Whether I dive into this full time, to be honest, or whether I go back into corporate America in sales. I haven't figured it out. I don't know when I'm going to figure it out. I feel like I need to figure it out quickly because my health insurance ends at the end of this month. It is kind of hitting me really right in the stomach because I always worry about money. It's always on my mind. Being a young adult and always being worried about money has kind of forced me to think in dollar signs at all times. And so this is freaking me out. But I'm going to figure it out. I always do. I always land on my feet. And I think this is going to be a blessing in disguise further down the line that I cannot see. And I just want to say thank you for all of you for sticking along with me. And I promise we'll get through this together, and I'll keep you updated as much as I can along the way. But before I start crying, I'm going to hang this up. So I'll talk to you later.
All the MAGA folks that wanted to do away with DEI, it worked for you. 300,000 black women lost their jobs, and unemployment for black men increased from 3.4% to around 7%. But the kicker is, taking away DEI didn't help y'all. Like, the unemployment rate for white women and white men has stayed around 3.4 to 3.5% still. So it literally did nothing for y'all. But it really hurt everybody else, which is what y'all wanted to do from the jump. And this is further proof that a white supremacist will boo-boo on himself just so a black or brown person could smell boo-boo. Like, y'all will willingly hurt yourself and make yourselves uncomfortable in order to make the lives of my people and other minorities significantly worse. And y'all just don't care. And by doing this, y'all destroyed the country economically and honestly in any other way. Like, there's only been 79,000 jobs that were created in July, which is extremely low. And in a country where there are millions of adults that are looking for work, wanting to work and add to the economic value of the country. And they can't now. Because y'all voted with bigotry. Y'all voted with racism and misogyny and xenophobia. Y'all are some morons, bruh. I'm so tired of seeing people that voted for Trump saying that, oh my God, I didn't know he was going to do this. I'm so sorry for voting for him because it's actually affecting them and their families. And like, if you're coming out at this point, like, you might as well just be quiet. Like, I don't know why you're saying anything. Like, there's no reason for it other than you wanting to get some sort of interaction with people online. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we are so deep into his presidency, into his dictatorship, that there's no reason really to say anything if you voted for him.
I just lost my job today. No warning, no nothing. They wouldn't even tell me why. I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong. I have no savings. I have nothing. I just don't. I got in the exit interview and they said, today's gonna be your last day. My manager, my director was on the call. And then they were like, the decision has already been made, so we really don't have anything to hear from you. You're only gonna get paid for the one day you worked in August, and we'll give you your commission check, and that's the last of it. And end the call on me. I'm low. I'm low.
Hi. So I just got fired from my job today. I don't know why I'm recording this. I just thought maybe if I say it, I don't know, and just say it out loud, maybe I will feel better. But honestly, I just feel like crap. And I graduated college, and then after college I was jobless for so long, for maybe 2-3 months, and then I got this job, and to get fired from it, I'm just like what now, And then it's now when you apply to jobs, everybody wants you to have 2+ years of experience or 5 to 10 years of experience for entry-level jobs. And if you do get hired,
You know, every mistake, every small mistake is like heightened to the point where it's like, I don't know, like, train me, teach me, don't punish me for every small mistake that I make. You know, it's like I'm still new. This is my first real job, you know, with the real paycheck and stuff and real hours, you know? And I'm just really nervous that I'm not gonna find another job with what's going on right now in the economy and the world. I just feel so embarrassed and like, and it's like I've talked to my family and, you know, everyone's been supporting me and, you know, saying it's gonna be okay. And I've been praying and asking God for a sign, and, you know, I just thought, hey, maybe I should record a video and maybe ask someone or somebody out there who watches this video can tell me, you know, if it's gonna get easier or, you know, if better things are coming, because it's just really hard. And I hate the fact I'm crying on here, but I just can't help it. It's just been on and off all day. But I just thought maybe if I record a video and, I don't know, just talk it out to a stranger instead of my family, I would feel better, because my family's been telling me that it's gonna be okay. Maybe it happened for a reason, but it's just I can't see the reason. I'm just stuck not knowing what's gonna happen next and things like that. So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna go and watch The Housewives of Atlanta, because it always makes me laugh, and I'm gonna apply to jobs tomorrow. So, wish me luck, and yeah, so that's all I wanted to share. And if somebody watches this, can you please tell me that it's gonna get better? Because I honestly just cannot see the sign or what's coming next. And yeah, bye.
I was laid off in April of this year. I took all the time that I needed with my unemployment and ended up being laid off for about 7 months. I didn't look for another job. I had no desire to look for another job. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not looking for another job. Everybody said the job market is shit anyway. What's the point of me looking for one? So I didn't. Tell me why. I get a phone call on Friday last week, and they're like, hey, you want to do an interview on Monday? I was like, yeah, sure. I don't have nothing else better to do. Did the interview on Monday, got pushed to the follow-up interview Tuesday, and got hired and offered that Tuesday afternoon. Because they have been looking for somebody for months and could not fill that position. I want this to be a lesson to you that all opportunities that are meant for you will come to you. You have to sit and be patient and not stress yourself the fuck out. And I know that shit is hard, because trust me, that unemployment did not cover everything that I needed it to. But everything that I needed always found a way to me. And it'll find a way to you too. Sit down and be patient. Shit can literally change in a matter of a day. And my life did. My life literally changed in a matter of a day. And so can yours. Be patient. Allow whatever deity you believe in to work on your behalf. And it'll come to you. I just want y'all to hear my story, so that way I can be proof that miracles are real. Opportunities are still out there, and they will come to you even when you're not looking for them.
So I've lost my job. I got called into the office yesterday. I kind of felt like something was off, but they called me in the office yesterday, and after I finished like half through the work, and told me that they could either fire me or I could put a resignation in, but that would look better. But they fired me, or they're getting rid of me because of my TikTok and the book post. Somebody screenshot a lot of my TikToks and wrote a nasty letter
and in my Facebook, screenshot those and sit and mail them to the office to my boss. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got up early this morning and started throwing stuff outside to sell it. People's come, $1 here, $1 there. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I just know that this 2 years has been bad. It's been bad. I mean, just one thing after another. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I keep saying. I just don't know. It's not fair. I think it's unfair. That somebody would be that malicious to do that to me. I would never hurt anybody. Not like that. Not intentionally like that. But somebody did that, and I think it's somebody that works in the office. I mean, why? Why? I'm nice. I am a genuinely nice person. I'm nice to everybody. All I know is this 2 years has been super bad. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea.
So, I lost my job yesterday. Most people don't know because it's not really what I talk about on this platform, but I worked in the radio industry for the last 13 years. Pretty much my entire adult life. Yesterday, I was informed my position was being eliminated along with most of my entire department and most of the other staff due to restructuring. If you're familiar with the radio industry, you know they always say you've never made it in radio until you've been let go. And for the last number of years, it's been a really tough time in the industry. So I have mentally sort of prepared myself for this and why I started investing myself so much in my other projects in mental health. But it's still a shocking feeling to actually have it happen. And I don't really know which way I want to feel. I'm angry. I'm sad it's all over. I've worked with a lot of these people for the last 10 years plus, but I'm excited for a world of possibilities and what my future could look like.
I told you guys I was let go today after 20 years. No reason given. No conversation. No one called me. Just a shitty formal letter. And then I found out that someone I thought had my back was holding the knife. And that's got me kind of shaken. I can be, despite my snarky nature, I can be naive sometimes, and I didn't see it coming. Feeling pretty down. The dogs are helping, of course. They always do. Hi, guys. I have 6 fosters right now. And I'll keep doing this, and I feel like once I get over this, I'll be in a better place overall. I just kind of need some help getting through this hurt. So if you have any advice or just words of support, I would really appreciate it.
I got fired from my job today, and I was not expecting it at all. And the cherry on top of it is my husband also got fired because we work for the same company, and they were doing company layoffs because we were in a slow season, and we just got taken over by another company. We weren't expecting this at all. We didn't know that it was coming. So it's just been a really hard day because we have 3 little kids. It's right before Thanksgiving, it's right before Christmas, and this is just a really hard time of year to get a job because we were in this same situation last year when my husband was switching jobs around this time, and it's just really hard to navigate. So we're working on our next steps, applying for other jobs, trying to figure out what we want to do career-wise. I would love to make content creation and social media a career for myself. I've been working at this for about 4 years now, and I feel like I really haven't had the freedom to fully dive in because I have had a work from home job and something that was stable, that provided me insurance, and I don't have that anymore. So I'm just trying to think of all avenues of what to do going forward. So if you see me posting more frequent, that is what is going on in my life. And I would just love to make maybe this a series into what I'm going to do next. Because like I said, this has been my identity for going on 4 years now of being a work from home mom. I know in my brain, like this is something I've been praying for a while now, just to have more of a work-life balance because my work was very demanding. I was very busy. And I'm just anxious to see why this door was closed and what God has in store for me and my family coming up next. So I am grateful and thankful for all of you. And I just wanted to give that little update because that is something big that has happened in my life. And I just want to be genuine and transparent with things that are going on. And it's something that's really hard to go through, especially around the holidays. But I know that something else is coming and that everything happens for a reason. So if you're going through a hard season, especially around the holidays, which I know is a hard time for a lot of people, you are not alone.
You think you're safe at work? I just got fired today. Not for being late, not for doing a bad job, but for speaking up. 10 months at this company, every day, in the heat, the rain, whatever they threw at me. I had never had a problem even with the crew I was with for 8 months straight. And then I called out some bullshit a couple weeks ago. Unsafe driving, laziness, the kind of crap that gets people hurt. And instead of fixing it, they started bouncing me around from crew to crew, different truck every week, different leader every time, until somehow every one of them said the same thing. And now I'm out the door. That's the reality of work in this country right now. They don't want the hardest workers. They want the quietest ones. The ones who won't rock the boat, even if the boat is sinking. And the part that really gets me, I know I'm not the only one. I know half of you have lived the exact same thing. Different jobs, same playbook. You speak up and you're gone. You stay silent, you're safe. I don't know where this account goes from here, but I do know I'm not done talking about it, and I appreciate every single one of you who stuck around, because if they can shut me up at work, they sure as hell can't shut me up here.
I've been fired from Amazon after 8 years, and here's what I learned. Them motherfuckers don't care nothing about no loyalty. And am I delusional for thinking that Amazon would care that I was there for 8 years? Am I delusional? Call me delusional, child, but I actually thought it mattered. So I basically got fired for low productivity. And if you're somebody that's ever worked at Amazon, you know that if you don't hit those metrics, you don't hit that rate every week, it's going to be a write-up. It's going to be a write-up. Whatever the metrics are for that building, and you don't meet them, you're going to get a write-up. And baby, when I tell you, like, my third write-up that I got, I fought that shit. And I won it. But while in the process of fighting for my third write-up to get dropped, they literally gave me another write-up that same week. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they were gunning for me or so many rules and policies had changed that I just could not keep up with it. Like, the rates just kept going up. So when they finally terminated me or whatever, they walked my ass out the building like I was a motherfucking thief. And the lady was like, oh, well, you were hitting your metrics for this week, but you just didn't hit it from last week. Like, girl, don't piss me the fuck off. So basically, I got the option to appeal my termination. And of course, I appealed it because I need my motherfucking job. I was there for 8 years, duh. So I appealed it. I appealed it with a group of tier 1 associates who were just like me. And them motherfuckers didn't care. I learned that when you are in the process of doing your termination with Amazon, you cannot come from an emotional standpoint. You need to prove basically why the termination is basically incorrect, why the policy was not upheld in the correct way, which is like, of course it was hidden in the correct way. I didn't meet my goals, but that's not the only thing that should matter. Amazon always talks about, oh, numbers don't matter, numbers don't matter. Well, why is it that when I'm appealing my termination, you don't seem to care about anything else besides me talking about like why the policy wasn't upheld? I came to them from a standpoint of saying like, okay, I was sick, I wasn't feeling well that week, and I generally was not feeling well that week. I had a really bad cough. But I also came from an emotional standpoint and saying like, okay, I'm a mom of 4, I need my job. The economy is really hard. This is not a time where people should be really even looking for a job. Like, really stick with the job that you have, because it's hard out here to find another job. So I was coming from all sorts of emotional standpoint, just a standpoint of like, as an associate who's been there for 8 years, and they did not fucking care. That shit is pissing me off, because they did not fucking care, like, that I was there for 8 years. It's not that like I thought that I was going to get like any extra leeway, but I don't know, I feel like I thought it should have been considered in some form of fashion. I mean, I've been there for 8 years, but I guess you could also say like, oh, well, you've been there for 8 years, you should know what you're doing. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, but Amazon keeps changing their rates and their metrics, and that shit just keeps going up and up and up, and then they work you like a fucking dog, and it just keeps going up and up and up. It's like the better that you work at this job, the more they're just gonna keep pushing like the goalposts, because they just want to keep pushing you to work hard. So that's just my little story time. And yes, I'm filing for unemployment because Amazon deserves me after being there for 8 years. Yeah, they motherfucking owe me, bitch. So we're in the process of filing for unemployment. So we're going to see what happens after that. And I'm still in the process of trying to find a job. As you know, it's not motherfucking easy. The job market is trash, just like the rest of the economy. So your girl just going to keep doing what she does best, and that's keep pushing forward.
Hello.
Hey, Simone, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hey. Hey, thanks for making time on short notice. And sure, my invite was rambling and not awesome, and you do not have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. I have a couple of notes to share with you, but so I'll be glad to have those notes to make sure I cover things, but I will also follow up with an email so you don't have to retain everything I'm going to say. I made the difficult decision to restructure the XD org, and as a result, reduce the size of the org, and unfortunately, you're impacted by this change. So your last working day is today, but the good news is you'll be paid through February 2nd. Those are the most important pieces of information. Your system access as an employee will be turned off at some point today. I'm not sure when exactly. In your Workday and Benefits portal, you'll still have access to until February 2nd as an employee, and then after that, you'll have access to it as an alumni. And then I'm going to email you the specifics of your severance, benefits, and a few other details that will probably be helpful later when you're ready to go through them. And then on your last day, you'll get your severance documents via DocuSign to sign, and I'll go to your personal email address. I want to pause. I know I just rattled off a whole bunch of really big news. Is there any questions or anything that you want to ask?
Are there any reasons other than just like restructuring? Like, what's the reason for the restructuring?
That's a really good question. It has to do with the company is doing consolidated priorities this year and next year. They are looking to, so the org, it has nothing to do with performance. It has nothing to do with location, and everything to do with the company wanting to do less in tech and take on less priorities. And as a result, the team is being reduced to support that.
Another question I had was around like my remote status. Is that like a factor in this as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It did, to be perfectly honest, it did count, the remote status in general came up as a potential discussion, but it ended up not being a factor. Well, please don't obviously feel a pressure to do anything today other than take care of yourself.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Simone. Well, please, again, take today and take care of yourself. And again, I'm really sorry that this is happening.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. See you on LinkedIn,
Right.
I guess. I have already cried today. I'll probably cry more. Yeah, so I got an email like an hour ago that said, "Hi, I'd like to get together and share an update on our organization and what this means for you." So, yeah, I already knew that this was coming. At first, I thought that like maybe it wouldn't just impact me because someone else mentioned that they got the same email. And I was like, oh, well, maybe, because this has happened before when they laid off all of our managers. So I was like, well, maybe they're telling all of us at the same time that someone else is getting, like someone big at the top is getting laid off. But I reached out to that person and I was like, does your meeting start at 12? And she said, no, my meeting starts at 12:30. So when she said that, that's when I had my breakdown and that's when I started crying. I think the best news out of that is that I'm going to get my bonus, so that will help. I don't know how much the bonus will be because I don't know how well the company performed, but that check will come in March and I'll still get another regular paycheck from work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do have savings, thank God, but like I don't know what I'm gonna do if it takes months to get a new job because I still want to remain in tech. I still want a remote position, which those are harder to come by now. And like I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't get another job because I have the mortgage now and the mortgage is like $2,700 a month. I have my trip planned to New Zealand next month. I should probably cancel that. If I can get a refund on my flight, I should probably cancel that, which sucks because I've been planning that since like this time last year. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know what, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm trying to have faith that everything's gonna work out eventually. I just don't know how long it'll take for things to work out, and it just really scares me because I don't have anybody to like lean on. Like I'm not rich, my family isn't rich. Like I don't know. I'm sure it's all gonna work out. I'm sure it's all gonna work out. I just don't know how it's gonna work out, but I'm sure it's all gonna work out.
So, I lost my job today, and it was another classic case of big tech and a massive layoff because of a shift in strategy. So, tale as old as time, and I wish I could even say it was my first, but, you know, it's not. But it got me thinking about, with me being contract and my unemployment and bleeding of savings starts tomorrow, no severance or anything. It got me thinking with the debate being tonight, the second and last mayoral debate, of why I really resonated with Zoran Mamdani's campaign and messaging, and just his spirit of who he's fighting for, because there's plenty of people who are in situations far worse than I am. And I've lived in the city for 12 years now. And when I first moved to the city, I think I viewed it more as just all of New York. So whether I was living in Brooklyn or Queens or Manhattan, Bronx, what have you, Staten Island, I was just like content living in New York. But then as I lived there longer and lived in certain neighborhoods, I started really seeing myself having a life there and planting roots and developing a sense of community and finding your favorite coffee shops, bars, pickleball spots, run clubs. And after living there for a dozen years, it makes it much harder to think about the concept of leaving your neighborhood that you've really come to adore, and also just the idea of leaving the city. Because if you're in a situation like this, it very well could work out next week, next month. You hope for that, but there's that pending unknown when you get a inevitable life wrench thrown your way that it's one strike and you're out, and all of a sudden the life that you were living and the means that you were accustomed to are suddenly a lot different, and New York doesn't have a lot of slack when it comes for changes of plans. So all to say, I think I will be okay, and gonna try my best to have a positive mindset, and I'll be canvassing a whole lot now given my newfound free time. But I just wanted to kind of speak from the heart a little bit and speak to those who've been in situations like this before, people who are in more dire situations than this. You know, I will certainly be okay and acknowledge my privilege for sure. But anyway, go watch highlights from the debate and see him calling out Cuomo, and even Sliwa calling out Cuomo. And yeah, go vote November 4th, and early voting starts soon, October 25th.
If you don't think this is true, let me tell you my story. It just happened this week. So Friday afternoon, your boss wants to jump on Zoom at the last minute. Be prepared that something's going on. So I kind of had been having this feeling for weeks. My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. And then yesterday afternoon, we got on a call, and he said that my position is no longer needed. He said, I've been doing everything I should be doing. They can't afford the position anymore. So I am out of a job, and it is because of AI. I 100% know that. But before you keep moving, if you could help me out with one small thing, it would mean the world to me. If you could either just like this post or comment on it, or perhaps share it with somebody, and share it with someone very specific, which is a family with kids. And the reason is, for the last year, I've been working on a passion project for my kids specifically, and I've seen a noticeable difference in their ability to do their homework. It's turning from a passion project into my 100% focus. And so I've made a change today, actually, to do summer pricing. So it's incredibly cheap for the summer. And I also have created like a workbook style daily activity where our kids can stay active during the summer, keep learning, kind of progress them into the next grade. That's kind of the big thing. And it's $20 for the whole summer for up to 3 kids. So it's pretty much free. But it would just be huge for me if you could share this with somebody, or if you have kids yourself, sign up, give it a try, and let me know what you think. All right. Hope you guys are doing good out there, and I'll see you around.
So, I've just lost my job. I just had a meltdown all the way. I don't know why I'm smiling, because it was really not funny. Essentially, I lost my job because someone in the company was speaking to me like rubbish. My energy changed, and I wasn't as bubbly and, smiley as I was at the start. Bearing in mind, I've never been rude to any team members, customers, or member of staff that works there, ever. But apparently my aura had changed. This staff member was one of the manager's her son. So every single team member that works there could never confront her about it because she would enable this person's behaviour. Another reason I was let go is because I have an undiagnosed sleeping condition, which, bear in mind, has never ever impacted my work. I've never failed to sleep there. I haven't been diagnosed with it. I've done nothing but show up to the job, do my job, didn't do nothing wrong, and hand on heart, I gave my all when I was working there. So it's an unfair dismissal. I don't know why I'm making this TikTok. I just needed to rant because honestly, I have 2 children. I have a wedding to pay for, and it's coming up to Christmas, and my son's birthday is 2 weeks before Christmas. The joys of life. Guys, I turned 30 a few weeks ago. You know, when you're just like, what is life? Like, what is life? For a long time, I've wanted to be self-employed because I genuinely don't like working in places where people speak down to people. Like, it's not okay. Worst thing about it is I've been dismissed. So me trying to get a new job now looks bad. It looks like I'm the one that's done something really bad to be dismissed when I haven't. I wasn't even gonna I'm gonna share it. I don't even care. I'm gonna share this. I wasn't gonna share it on TikTok because I thought, why am I airing out my business and just about the workplace? But you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. I have one life. Like, oh, I'm so done.
I got fired from my corporate job of almost 6 years yesterday with no severance pay. Didn't even get to say goodbye to anybody, with people that I've worked with for years who I consider friends. So by clicking the orange card below, you could help me out. If you're in the market for a gua sha, that would help me out. Even if you're not, leaving a comment or words of encouragement below would be greatly appreciated. I know it's going to be okay. I am a little bit stressed out about everything, but I know it'll be okay.
I lost my job in July, which was pretty crazy, but also not the worst, and I'm going to post it on LinkedIn. I'm actually kind of showing myself a little bit, but like, I don't even care at this point. I've decided to dedicate the next 12 weeks of my life to fucking go for my dreams, literally, to go for my dreams. Like, that job wasn't for me. It's not a loss at all, and it's, if anything, it's just giving me clarity on what I need to do with myself, and I just have such tunnel focus right now, and all I need to do is just execute it. So I'm going to document it on LinkedIn and maybe on TikTok as well. Life doesn't end if you lose your job, by the way. It is a clear sign that you need to pivot.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I fucking lost my job today. 7 fucking years Advanced Furniture Factory as the lead quality inspector, and I fucking lost my job. Over a tweet. What kind of fucking world are we living in where the lead quality inspector, I was the only one who did that job, okay? I was the only fucking one, and they fired me over a goddamn tweet. Who's gonna inspect the quality of the couches now, huh? Someone up top is gonna be really fucking angry about this because they have no one to replace me. Nobody. Over a tweet. How fucking sensitive do you have to be?
Guys, so I got fired today, right? Wait. So I lost my job today. It's like a breakup. Oh my god. I went to the office today. My manager was just like to me, "Oh, Olga, we need to talk to you. Come downstairs." And I was like, okay, what did I do wrong? Both my managers are sitting there and they're just like, there's no easy way to say this, but we're making you redundant. And I'm like, whoa. Doesn't that mean I'm fired in a fancy way? They were like to me, do you have any questions? Like, give me a minute. I need to go cry quickly. So I ran upstairs and I was like bawling my eyes out, guys. I was so like, what do you mean? What do you mean I got fired? Did I do something wrong? And I can't lie to you, I can't help but feel like I did something wrong just because, I don't know, people don't get fired unless they do something wrong. But I was rest assured it was nothing that I did wrong. They were just doing some budget cuts. And I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. I feel like I understood where they're coming from. So I'm okay with it. But I just wanted to share the experience with you guys while it's still fresh. I even came back home and I did my makeup and I'm trying to shoot a YouTube video because now this YouTube career really got to kick off because I can't be bothered to find a new job. But yeah, with that being said, if anyone's hiring, please hit me up.
I just lost my job literally 30 minutes ago and I haven't even fully processed it yet, and I took a shower because I didn't know what to do with myself. I haven't told anyone. I haven't told my husband. I haven't told my mom who's here with the baby. I'm literally just trying not to panic. But I feel like I have to make this video even though I don't want to make this video. I feel very, I guess, embarrassed. But this is real life, and honestly right now I'm just not even sure like what to do because next month we're gonna have no income coming in at all. I used to work literally 40 hours with these 2 jobs combined and I'm going down to 5 hours a week. I know we're gonna be fine, but it's hard not to panic. So my TikTok family, my moms that I love so much, I know you guys are very supportive, and so I figure why not just share what's going on. And if you want to support in any way, literally I don't ask for anything at all, just share this video or comment on your favorite video that's on my channel, and I'm gonna update my affiliate links on my link in bio. I'm gonna put in parentheses which ones are affiliate if you want to support in that way. Honestly, I hate making this video. I do. I don't know why every part of me is so uncomfortable with it, but here I am. Here's the truth. And if there's any chance that I can help grow this platform to hopefully make any kind of money from it, it would be great. I love making content and I love this platform. But, you know, hopefully I can also find a job. Anyway, that's it. I don't know what else to say. I will keep you guys updated. I know we'll be okay. I know it. It's just so hard to process all of this at once. Bye.
So I lost my job. I have 60 days to figure out what I want to do with my life. I've been crying all night, which is why my eyes look like this. Life is just fucking me in the ass these days. No, I didn't get fired. I work in research. I'm working on a study which is like multiple hospitals, and they had like a big grant cut. They just cut off our whole entire site, like my whole hospital, from that research project. If there's no research project at that hospital, I don't have a job. I'm even embarrassed to like put this on the internet. I've always like had my shit together. What the fuck is my hair? I have not told my parents. Craziest part of this is that I am like super into manifestation. The past week, I'm waking up every day and I like wrote out a script of like my dream life, being a full-time YouTuber and a full-time influencer. And within 7 days of doing that, I lost my job. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing. The universe was like, you fucking asked to be a full-time influencer and you asked to work for yourself. So first thing we're getting rid of is your job.
So someone came to me and they said, I lost my job today for not being as good as they wanted me to be. I received 0 training, and whenever I asked for training or help, I got ignored. Friend, they didn't set you up for success. So here are 3 questions that you need to ask in the interview to understand more about their training and onboarding process. Can you walk me through the typical onboarding process for this role? Are there any key milestones or expectations for the first 90 days of employment that I would be expected to hit in this role? What type of challenges can I expect to face in this new opportunity that other people have faced in the past? And if you can't get any straight answers out of these people when you ask questions like that, then you know what you're up against. And at that point, you have to decide if you want to deal with the BS or if you don't. Follow me for more information like this so that we can combat this job market together.
So I just lost my job today and I don't feel anything. I'm kind of numb right now. Like, yeah, initially, like when I got the call, I kind of was like shocked and I had my heart sank a little bit. But after the call, I just felt nothing. And I went to the garage and I just sat down on a chair that's there. And the first thought that came into my mind was the story of Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam, or commonly known in the Bible as Prophet Job. He was the one prophet where everything was being stripped away from him. You name it, his wealth, his stocks that he had, even his children and his health. And the only thing that was left for him was his tongue. And even after everything, he still had faith in Allah. And that thought just came into my mind and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going through a certain situation or similar situation where everything is being stripped away from me and the only thing that I am left with is my tongue. And I have to use this tongue to, praise God and have faith in Him and pray to Him. And I think this is where a lot of us are kind of going through maybe right now, especially in this economy where people are losing their jobs. And I want you to know that you have to have faith in Allah. You have to believe in the fact that if He takes something away from you, He's going to give you back something in return, and 10 times more, and 10 times better even. So don't lose faith in Allah if you're going through a certain situation. In fact, you should have more of that unwavering faith towards Him and channel that, pain or numbness or whatever that you have, and channel it into praying and pray to Allah and keep doing what you're doing, obviously, but you have to have trust in God, and that's the sole foundation of what it is to be a believer, to be a Muslim.
I've cried a lot today and over the last few days, so I think as far as I'm aware, I won't be crying on the internet. I lost my job. Don't really know what else to say after that. I lost my job. It went public today, so I can talk about it now. I've never been in this situation before. So for those that you don't know, if I've landed on your For You page, I worked for a small independent business, and I won't go into it too much, but being in a small independent business in this climate is really, really hard. It has been shit, basically, and where I worked have decided to close. This now means I'm unemployed. That's scary for me. I don't really know what to do. I've never been in this situation. I don't have anything to fall back on. I have no security, so I need to find another job, and I don't have a lot of time to do it in. That scares me a lot, and I've had a lot of emotions about it. That being said, I am part of the TikTok Creator Fund, so if you do see any of my content and you interact, that'd be great, because every bit counts, and at the moment I've not made a lot, but if you do see my content and interact with it, then I'd really appreciate it, because at least I can earn a little bit of pennies. It's not a lot, but unemployment, so need everything I can get. Yesterday, I spent a really long time crying. I got myself in quite a state. Those moments where you can't stop crying. So that was kind of going on for a few hours. That was fun. If you're new here, I'm unemployed. I've lost my job for the second time in 6 months, and I'm getting myself in a mess about job applications. Something that I'm really struggling with is language that's used. So I've never had a job where I've had to give a CV or do like a proper job application where you've got all the person specs and all that kind of stuff. I really struggle to absorb information in the language that is used. The person specs, when they break it all down, I just don't understand the wording that they use, and so then I don't know how to answer it. And then when I do figure out the wording, I can't think of how to answer it. I struggle to get like here to there. I don't know how to start stuff. I just don't know the right language to use when writing out something like a cover letter or a personal statement or anything like that. And then I just get so frustrated and upset, which is what was happening yesterday. I've spent more than a week on this job application and I still haven't done it. I'm sat in front of the laptop now, still trying to do a cover letter. It's really frustrating because I know that I could do the job and I do the job really, really well, but it's getting past the application side of things. That's the frustrating side of all of this. And this is the first time I've done this. And I know obviously that is a big part of it. You know, it's new to me doing this kind of thing. But if this is how every job application goes, I just don't know how I can do it. If it takes me more than a week to apply for every single job, I just can't go on like that. And this is why I always just end up in jobs that I know I can just do. I'll just go and work in a shop. Nothing wrong with working in a shop, but I know that I can do more than that and I've got the capabilities to do these jobs, but I can't do the applications.
Now that all of my car drama is over and done with, is it a good time to mention that I also lost my job last week? Not because of anything that I've personally done, but because the nursery where I currently work and the place where I do most of my hours is closing down on Christmas Eve, which is very, very short notice. I'd be lying if I said the last week hasn't been incredibly stressful and upsetting. I feel like it's taken me ages to find employment that works well for me hour-wise, but is also something that I'm incredibly passionate about. And in the few months that I've been there, I've developed such amazing relationships with the children that I will honestly miss them so much. I'm trying to remain hopeful about the fact that I am going to get another position, but it has been really disheartening this past week going into work and hearing that other people have already got jobs lined up or loads of interviews when I don't really have that much. I do have 2 job interview offers which I've accepted, but they don't really feel like things that are going to slot into my life as well as what I've currently got. It's more just being the pressure of knowing that in 2 months time I'm going to have no income coming in that's making me apply for things that I don't particularly see as a long-term option. I don't know, if we're going to have to see how it goes, and wish me lots of luck in finding something that is a good post for me. Not the best update to come to you with, but I wanted to mention it because eventually when I start filming daily vlogs, you're not going to see me going to work as much. So I just thought I'd give the reason for that slightly ahead of time.
Do you know I've been looking for a job for 2 years? For 2 years. I finally got an interview after a ridiculous number of applications. And I found out today that they put the job on hold for budgetary reasons. Meanwhile, I'm broke and rent is due. Like, I've got nothing. I applied for assistance from the state, and I have to show that being bipolar will hinder me from working to get $292 a month. Yeah. I'm self-employed, and I'm making no money. No one is buying any of my merchandise on my Patreon shop. No one attends my lectures. And I'm shadow banned on TikTok. So, and the House just passed the most atrocious spending bill seen probably since Reaganomics. I'm just venting because I know it's tough all the way around. But I've done everything I'm supposed to do. Everything they tell you to do when you're an adult, I've done it. And I can't seem to make any headway. So I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do. I don't know what else to do because I keep ending up here. They tell you to work. I'm trying to find work. And when I can't find work, I make work for myself that brings in nothing. What do you do in these situations? Tell me. What? I've done everything I'm supposed to do. And nothing is working. I always end up here.
I was on my job for 37 years. I started there when I was 23 years old. I am now 61. And in January of this year, I received a phone call and I was let go. I probably couldn't have made this video at that time because I probably wouldn't have been able to even tell you about it without crying. It was really devastating. It took a lot of prayer for me to get to this point. I was angry. Of course, I was sad. But, you know, I am a firm believer that what the devil meant for evil, God will turn it around for your good. You know, sometimes God has a plan for you, and it's not the same plan that you have for yourself. You know, I probably would have stayed a couple more years and retired, you know, but that's not what took place. So, but what really perplexes me is when other people rejoice in someone's downfall or their misfortune, especially when it's a family member. That really it's really hurtful, but you know, what can you do about it? You know, all you can do is just continue to go on, push forward, you know, trust God. You know, you can look at me and tell I hadn't missed a meal. I'm still paying my bills. I'm yet thriving. You know, God has really kept me in these last couple of months. And I'm just putting my trust in him, and I believe that everything's going to be okay. And I'm requesting that for your prayers. I'm not making this for anyone to feel sorry for me. I'm not asking for anything. I just request your prayers. And, you know, because I know that there's other people out there that's worse off than me. And I'm still grateful for what I do have. And I know that this too will pass.
2 weeks ago, I suddenly lost my job, so here's an update on how I'm handling it. I haven't seriously started looking for jobs yet. For some reason, I'm more busy now than I was when I did have a full-time job. Also, if you're a Muslim, or even if you're not and you believe in some kind of spiritual element, I need you to listen to this, because it's one thing to believe that money is rizq and it comes from God and everything else, but it's a complete different thing to internalize it and to actually live it. I was so worried to quit this job because it was my main source of income, and I didn't know how I was going to supplement that. I prayed for guidance, and I ended up losing the job anyways, and the same day that I got the call, I ended up receiving 2 emails with offers that together equal almost the exact amount that I was getting monthly from my job. Of course, I was taking the steps and the small actions before that, but getting those offers was completely not in my control, especially not with that timing. And I can sit here and talk day in and day out about all my finance tips and how to invest and how to get a job, but at the end of the day, none of us can ever guarantee success for ourselves, and I think that's the scariest but also the best part. There are so many factors that are completely out of our control, so imagine the pressure if you feel like all the responsibility is completely on you.
I think I'm about to lose my job. I've been on sick leave for 7+ months now. And I had a catch-up meeting with my work, and rather than the catch-up letter that they usually do, I got invited to an online meeting with the people dealing with it and my manager, so let's see how this goes. A lot more than I expected it to. I don't know what to do now. They have been so supportive and amazing. The fact that I still had a job for 7 months after being on sick leave is nothing short of incredible, and fortunately my sick pay, what I was being paid from work ran out a little over a month ago, so I've already applied for universal credits and so on, but I still don't know what's wrong with me. I've got more tests coming up, and I've been down the private route in there. I think the general consensus seems to be that it's possible it's just the way my body is now because of the fibromyalgia and my stomach just being a bit of a bitch, basically. I have enough in savings to keep me going over Christmas. I've budgeted, but it is the savings that I had put aside for my bookshop, which means that I'm going to have to change my approach to the bookshop because I can't actively save more than £6,000, otherwise my benefits would be cut off. As well as Christmas, my birthday's coming up. If you want to help me out, then go to my Storybox page and buy something for yourself or someone else. That would really help me out. I don't know how to end this because I don't know anything anymore.
Hey everybody. Today I was laid off after being with the same company for almost 20 years. It was really my first job out of high school. It's all I've ever known, and I worked my way up into the company. I've been very loyal, and today I was laid off and I'm absolutely devastated. And I've got this little shop on here, Addison May Designs, and I'm just hoping with this video, if you see it, if you could please give my little shop a follow, give us a share, a like, anything, maybe just a little engagement, just to say hi, just to help my little shop get more exposure. I've been in the same company for a long time, and my husband's a stay-at-home dad, so this is really gonna hurt us. And I've had this business as a hobby. It's been my outlet for a really long time, and now it's going to be my main source of income. I work in tech, and I don't have a college degree, so it's going to be really hard to get a decent paying job again. So if you could like my little business, share it, please comment, just anything to get us a little more engagement. I would be truly grateful. Thank you.